I'm going to discuss how to use an assessment strategy called a bike rack during a fitness activity.
Welcome to the PE Express podcast. 2 to 3 times a week, a PE expert will share a tip, activity idea, or teaching strategy to help you become a better PE professional. Today's host is Dr. Aaron Beighle. He is a co-author of Dynamic Physical Education for Elementary School Children and a contributor to dynamicpeasap.com. He also publishes extensively and presents for physical education professionals.
I'm going to discuss a bike rack assessment tool that can be used during a fitness activity. I've discussed bike racks in another podcast, but this is a little bit different approach. In case you haven't heard those, just a little bit of background. A lot of adult education trainings use a parking lot during the trainings, and that's just a place for folks to go write questions down, things that they want to address that maybe aren't specific to what's being discussed at that moment. And I'm taking the same strategy and using it to assess during physical education, and we're calling it a bike rack just to promote physical activity. The example I'm going to use today is a bike rack during a circuit training. The outcome for this lesson or this part of the lesson would be that I can identify at least one way to make exercise or physical activity more enjoyable. I think most programs do some type of station or circuits. At one of the stations, you would just put a whiteboard with some markers, and that station, students would be brainstorming ways to make movement more enjoyable. We just did this with a group of 5th graders, and we found the most common ones they included were doing it with friends, music, and pick your pace. And the pick your pace is a little unique, but we had just done a lesson on pacing and how that pacing is an individual choice, and that if you pick a pace that's too fast, you might not be able to go as long, etc. So that's kind of why pick your pace was one of their strategies. These are just examples, and these are things that the PE teacher had talked about throughout the year. The teacher uses lots of music, so he brings that up, that this is a way to make it more enjoyable. This same idea could be used for some other type of outcome, or even stations and other content, like a soccer skills or jump rope. But with respect to fitness, another outcome could be I can list 3 activities that improve cardiovascular endurance. This is a great way to review and emphasize with students that there's a lot of different activities that students could do to improve cardiovascular endurance. So halfway through the lesson, the teacher stops the class and reviews what's written on the board and emphasizes, I can't emphasize that enough, that there are a variety of physical activity choices that improve cardiovascular endurance. And that's the message that we're trying to send to students during these fitness components, is exposing them to a variety of activities. Be sure to go check out dynamicpeasap.com to see many bike rack assessments that are there for a variety of standards and outcomes with respect to skill development, affective, all the standards. They're all outcomes developed based on the standards, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Thrive.
If you enjoyed the podcast, be sure to connect with Dr. Beighle on Twitter at Aaron Beighle. Don't forget to subscribe to the PE Express podcast for more tips, activity ideas, and strategies to help you become a better PE professional. And check out more free resources from Dr. Aaron Beighle at gophersport.com/blog. We'll see you soon right here on the PE Express podcast, powered by Gopher.